switch of focus over to North Korea and the United States. On the eve of the Singapore summit's anniversary, United States National Security Advisor John Bolton has said that a third summit between President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un is very much possible. Bolton, however, added that the ball was in North Korea's court. Bolton also said that Washington would be there when Pyongyang scheduled a meet on the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. But the top Trump administration official said that the U.S. was continuing its maximum pressure campaign on North Korea. Meanwhile, in a sign of improving ties between the two nations, Trump said that he has received a very beautiful letter from Kim Jong Un.
Just received a beautiful letter from Kim Jong Un. I can't show you the letter, obviously, but it was a very personal, very warm, very nice letter. I appreciate it. And I'll say it again. I think that North Korea has tremendous potential, and he'll be there. I think that North Korea, under his leadership, but North Korea, because of what it represents, the people are great, the land is great, the location is incredible between Russia, China, and South Korea. I think North Korea has tremendous potential, and the one that feels that more than anybody is Kim Jong Un. He gets it.
Former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden criticized Trump for embracing the North Korean leader. Speaking in Iowa, Biden called Kim a thug and a murderer.
And he embraces Kim Jong Un, who is a damn thug and a murderer. This is the guy who had his uncle's brains blown out. His brother, no, I'm not joking. And by the way, I was pleased to know that his alliance with Kim Jong Un, he and Kim Jong Un thought that maybe I shouldn't be president. Well, that's a. By the way, he quoted him. He quoted Kim Jong Un while he was there. Okay, all right. Whoa.
Remember, the second Trump-Kim summit in Vietnamese capital of Hanoi ended abruptly without any agreement earlier this year. North Korea had demanded an end to U.S. sanctions on its economy, while Washington asked Pyongyang to completely destroy its nuclear arsenal. Ever since the failed Trump-Kim summit, there have been reports of activity in North Korean missile sites. Trump and Kim met for the first time in Singapore in a landmark summit aimed at ending North Korea's nuclear program in June 2018. And so it's been a year since U.S. President Donald Trump met North Korean leader Kim Jong Un in Singapore. So what really has changed for the two countries and the world since then? Well, an opinion poll says there hasn't really been much of a change. Most of the respondents in the United States, Japan and Russia say that the relations between old rivals, U.S. and North Korea, have not improved significantly in the last 1 year. 30% of Americans said that the situation has worsened, and so did 27% of the responders in Japan. Now, what this means is the failed Hanoi summit and the lack of a peace deal or an agreement has had a negative impact on the public opinion. The masses in America and Japan seem to believe that the diplomatic process with North Korea is not on the right track. The people in China, however, do not agree to this. Most of the respondents in China said the relationship between North Korea and U.S. has improved since the Singapore summit. Now, more than half of those surveyed in the U.S. and Japan said that sanctions should be employed alongside dialogue while dealing with North Korea. But for Russia, diplomacy seemed to be the most popular option. 69% of the respondents in the country were not in favor of the sanctions. In China, 43% of the respondents prioritized focusing on diplomacy or supported a twin-track diplomacy and sanctions. Now, the experts who steered the survey said that the public seems to believe that Trump is key to solving the impasse. The majority of the responders said that the United States holds the power to use sanctions, diplomacy, or both of these in its dealings with North Korea. The survey was conducted by Ipsos Mori, and it was commissioned by the Korea Foundation, Regent University, Brussels chair.